WTF.
Hello, I'm Ross from Cultaholic.com, and yes, I did lose the predictions competition, but I'm not bitter because the reaction to Rusev Day means that's here to stay, and I am very happy. So happy, in fact, I even watched the pre-show this time because, as we all know, Adam Pacitti loves Mojo Rawley, and when Mojo slows his cadence down and speaks all quietly, Adam Pacitti makes a massive mess in his khaki geography teacher trousers. Let's get cracking with the knacking. And we kick things off with Sam Roberts, who claimed the person and a half he was sat next to, the half person being David Otunga, of course, had front row seats when, of course, they were sat on that little table in the middle of the arena, which is probably comparable to like the 20th row. Not the first, Sam, you numpty. But hey, at least he's not Pete Rosenberg, so at least we've got that. Who told David Otunga last night's pre-show was fancy dress because his face, which of course looks like a disinterested brick, came dressed as a science fair project with all the magnets and the iron filings and all that. I guess if somebody had the right tools and was near David at the time, they could have gave him a Hitler, which would have been something. Proof! Finally, the Dasher Fuentes is actually a living, breathing robot, because during both the interviews and the pre-show, all you could hear were noises that are comparable to dial-up internet from the 1990s. And since that doesn't exist anymore, that proves that she is actually Mrs. Roboto, something I've been saying for a very long time. The Singh brothers still got you, AJ. And next up we have AJ Styles, who claimed that the Singh brothers are the most annoying brothers in the entire world. Not as long as those two idiots are breathing. And next up we have Renee Young, who claimed that AJ Styles has had such a breakout year in 2017. Is that right, Renee? Let's just forget about that debut at the Royal Rumble, that fantastic feud with Roman Reigns, and the fact he won the WWE Championship from your bastard husband of all people. All the things which took place in 2016 when he broke out in WWE. Where the hell have you been? Naomi needs to marry Triple H. They would make the perfect couple. How do I know this? Because during her pre-show interview with Mrs. Roboto herself, Naomi called the Superstar Shake-Up the Stupid Star Shake-Up. And I was like, Triple H has never buried that many superstars in one go. Get the shovels out, I say. Use them as tennis rackets to hide the wedding doves up into the sky, because Naomi is an animal. A burying animal. And during last night's pre-show, an advert aired saying that we should give the WWE Network to someone we love for Christmas and to the boss for Christmas. Bloody hell, Sasha Banks has grown some bollocks. So during the pre-match package for the Not So Hype Brothers match, we lost a week somewhere. At the start, the breakup, according to that picture there, happened 3 weeks ago, but by the time we got to the end of the package, we'd lost a week somewhere, because it happened 2 weeks ago apparently. What's going on? Now I know nobody outside of Adam Pacitti's body cared about that match last night, but we can't have lost a whole bastard week during the course of that package. Normally, they only last 4 minutes. Either way, it's time we'll never ever get back. Is Mojo Rawley and Uso now? Because they've definitely used the same font for each of their trons. That must mean they're related. Made a grave mistake, Corey. Corey Graves called Mojo Rawley intelligent. This is Mojo Rawley, who of course is a fully grown man who takes his shirt off in nightclubs like sweaty kids do at the school disco. Get in the bin. You see Mojo getting Zack Ryder off as a direct quote-ish from Tom Phillips, who was obviously confusing what he was seeing in front of his eyes in the ring with the flight he had over into Boston. The dirty bastard. So the opening package to the main show now talks about obstacles that we never saw coming, while showing Shane McMahon being attacked by Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at Survivor Series, an obstacle that this sick guy, we're going with that stuff again, definitely saw coming. Honest, go back and watch the predictions video for Survivor Series, and I do that to WWE. And sticking with the opening promo, and it's still telling us that the two referees thing has never happened before. Next, they'll be bloody telling us that Sarah Logan can actually speak English, which it definitely cannot. Two referees. Let's go back to the Royal Rumble pre-show. DeBar against the Club of Gallows and Anderson. And then let's go further back again. Shawn Michaels and Shane McMahon. Raw 1999 for the match between Triple H and Mankind. History lesson done. Made a grave mistake, Corey. Why might this be the last opportunity you get to say hallelujah at Bobby Roode? He's not going to die if he wins or loses this match. You can still say it whether he's the United States champion or he's not the United States champion. What on earth are you talking about, pal? Oh, that's right. I forgot, of course, that Byron Saxton is going to crush humanity itself with his ignorance. I am still reeling from his performance last week on SmackDown Live. What an absolute grade 1 numpty. The irony of that fella there calling Baron Corbin the Atari Jaguar of SmackDown Live, when of course he's just outed himself as the Atari Jaguar of life itself, you pathetic mess. Who would have thought it? Yep, yep, yep is also yep, yep, yep in Spanish. Here's me thinking it would have been seep, seep, seep. I spit in the face of people who used to think they were cool but now work for WWE's production staff. Huge sign, lovely, lovely, lovely. More of these, please. Let's spread the word. Come on now. Made a grave mistake, Corey. Corey Graves actually said this live on a WWE pay-per-view. He posed the question as to whether Dolph Ziggler is the greatest in-ring performer of all time. How can this be when the man hasn't won a match since 2001 and a bit? Now, I don't get this about professional wrestling, how he can be one of the greatest in-ring performers of all time in the kayfabe sense when you haven't won as many world championships as a lot of other wrestlers. You never see a Premier League footballer being labelled a great when they spent their whole career at Stoke Bastard City. Oh, Glenn Whelan, he can pass a ball 5 yards to the side. He's a great, he's better than Pele. I'm sorry that none of you got that. Hello, hello. I don't know why you say goodbye. I say hello. Hello, hello. I don't know why you say goodbye. I say hello, gravy. Bobby Roode doing a rock bottom, so he's taken his entire being apart from the word glorious from Ric Flair, and now he's stealing moves from The Rock. You unoriginal bastard, Bobby Roode. Stop taking stuff from the successful guys and start taking stuff from the cult heroes, the less successful guys. Come back and I'll be interested when you start stealing moves from the likes of Simon Dean and Ho-Ho Lun. Ziggler wins, he's the you. Whoa. Ziggler wins, he's the you. Whoa. Duh, I can't even speak. It's that much of a WTF moment. Dolph Ziggler wins the United States Championship. If you haven't done already, grab two of each animal and head for the bastard border. The end is nigh, the end is nigh, time to away, the end is nigh. But fair play to the lads, we've all been hard. None of us saw that coming, even though we've seen that spot before. It was a fantastic way for Dolph Ziggler to win the championship against Al the Erds. That's all the odds and Jody. Kevin Dunn hits the wrong button. The match we have just seen, which we are watching a replay of, was definitely for the United States Championship, yet we're seeing a different belt because all that gold is reflecting light beams off his teeth and straight into his eyes, bless him. Shane McMahon still does not like the fact that Daniel Bryan is the second referee. Shane McMahon is the commissioner of SmackDown Live. Why then does Shane McMahon not just go and see his sister, get his bollocks back off her, and just stop Daniel Bryan from being the referee in the match that he doesn't want Daniel Bryan to be the referee in either? Aye, the point I'm making here is, of course, we all know that commissioners overrule general managers, yet Shane McMahon is not enforcing his authority. Why? I tell you what, though, it's clear for all to see that Shane McMahon is not respecting his own authority. Soy un perdido. I'm a loser, baby. So why don't you grave me double barrel buckshot? Soy un perdido. I'm a loser, baby. So why don't you grave it? Ooh. Made a grave mistake, Corey. Corey claims that if my bear, my spirit animal Ruru and Aiden English win the tag team championships last night, and then it will be Rusev Day. He must have been living inside his own Jimmy Neutron quiff for the last few months, because as we all know, win, lose or draw, it's Rusev Day every day, for there are so many more Rusev days to come, Corey. I'm sorry, Aiden, but is that 10 Lana's leaping or 10 fascist Aidens? Bloody hell. Now, I have to apologise if I have missed any WTF moments during the course of that tag team championship fatal four-way. The emotions were too much for me, but at the end of the day, Chad Gable is a murderer. Rest in peace, Aiden English, who last night lost his head thanks to that rolling German suplex from Chad Gable. What a nasty move that looked like. Is that a second Cultaholic sign? It certainly looks like our logo, therefore I'm going to take it. So lovely, lovely, lovely. More of those, please. Let's spread the word. I've had one too many coffee. Kevin Dunn still being blinded by the light reflecting off the silver and gold of the championship off his teeth into his eyes, making him like Ron Burgundy on a come down. I'm sure when this aired, we were watching the tag team championship match. David? Kevin? Naomi's some friend like, isn't she? Charlotte's getting the bejesus kicked out of her by 6 of the lasses, maybe more. I lost count, and she just stands on the other side of the ring and does absolutely nothing about it. Who knows what she was doing with her spare time? She might have been playing with her glow sticks or watching Glow on Netflix, or giving a little glowworm a stroke. Whatever she was doing, she wasn't helping her pal. Just help your pal. It's worth the arse kicking that you would have got because they're your pal. You do anything for your pals. I'd do anything for mine. Byron's ignorance hit new heights as he claimed that Natalya was the champion who could have lost her championship at last night's Clash of Champions. This simply wasn't the case because Charlotte was the champion. No wonder he can't be asked to move out from his mother's house. There's absolutely no doubt about it. While we all thought that his mother had to wipe his arse out of necessity, he actually just orders her to because he can't be asked because there's more important things to do, like think about himself. What am I talking about? And then during the replay for the Women's Championship match, we see both the Tag Team Championships and the Men's World Championships. Bugger my bum, Kevin Dunn will be scraping the braille with those big gnashes very, very soon. Made a grave mistake, Corey. Corey Graves claimed that he has 2013 vision is absolute bollocks when you look at earlier in the night, he was calling Mojo Rawley intelligent and Dolph Ziggler the best in-ring performer of all time. He can't see anything, can he? Did Natalya retire? Who knows, but hey, at least it's better than her farting or pissing herself like she has done in the past. Natalya, it's been good, pal. See you later, maybe. Two-time, you say? So Jinder's been a 3-time champion. Hey, those brothers can sing, but they certainly can't count. You get it? Sing? Even though they were clearly going to get their asses handed to them by the Bludgeon Brothers, Tyler Breeze was still looking cocky. Buy the next short size up when they're a bit too tight. Now when Sami Zayn looks outside the ring, takes off his hooded top and says to somebody in the crowd, "You're looking pretty, boy, this is all for you." That's right. Who exactly is he talking to? I am very, very interested to know. So earlier in the night, Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon claim they are going to talk about their upcoming match where they are both the referees for the first time ever in WWE history. But by the time they get down to the ring, they haven't got a Scooby-Doo what to do with each other, which leaves me asking one question: what did they do in their private chat when they were supposed to be working out how to referee that match with both of them being in the ring at the same time? I've got an answer. I bet they kissed. Was Shane McMahon trying to play a through ball on FIFA here when he kept repeatedly shouting triangle, triangle, triangle at Daniel Bryan, even though Daniel Bryan was clearly right in saying that Shinsuke Nakamura's shoulders were on the mat? Who knows? And yes, I do know he was referring to a triangle choke, but he just kept shouting triangle. So why didn't he say views? And then we have Daniel Bryan shouting at Randy Orton, "That's not legal," after the Viper crotched Sami Zayn on the top turnbuckle. Now, technically, I know Daniel Bryan is correct, because when you crotch somebody, you hit their little willy and balls off the top turnbuckle. But when have you ever seen anyone being disqualified in WWE for crotching somebody on the top rope like that? I have an answer for you. You haven't. Or maybe you have. If you have, keep it to yourself. We all know why Daniel Bryan can't wrestle, yet Shane McMahon is there butting him numerous times like a billy goat. What a monumental cock. He deserved everything he got. Bryan deserved to do what he did. I don't think Daniel Bryan turned heel here. He was fully justified in doing what he did after what Shane McMahon did earlier in the match. Not just the butting, but the failed 3 count as well. But when all's said and done, they haven't made it clear that there was a clause in the contract saying that Shane McMahon couldn't just fire KO and Sami on Tuesday, even though they kept their jobs tonight. So I fully expect SmackDown Live to start with Shane McMahon firing Daniel Bryan and then firing Kevin and Sami. They should have explained it, shouldn't they? What's that down there? It's a plot hole. Holy Christ, his back's more bobbly than the surface of the moon. Now, I'm not going to say what those bobbles are a telltale sign of, but you can just tell that Jinder Mahal has been doing more of that stuff than he ever has before. Porridge. The line on the WWE Championship was black on Tuesday night, yet by the time we got to last night, it had changed back to red. This means that WWE are in financial trouble because, as we all know, when you're in the black, you're profitable. When you're in the red, you're buggered. Holy Christ, it's the ringside of reincarnation. Normally when an announce table is broken, it stays broken forever. It never becomes woken. I've got to watch 10 hours of that. At this point in the night, you've just got to feel sorry for Kevin Dunn because he hasn't got a Scooby-Doo what he's doing. This time he plays the wrong replay, making Tom Phillips, who was speaking words over the replay, look like an absolute mug who's just had his private messages off Instagram leaked all over the internet. Hold your needles, Jinder Mahal can use the muscle buster, but Samoa Joe can't. Now I know Samoa Joe made a mess of Tyson Kidd when he used the move, but since Tyson Kidd did get so horribly injured, should he ban the move for everybody? Makes more sense than allowing Jinder to use it. Just me? Think it's fair? Yes? No. And we end with something that isn't exactly a WTF moment from the show, but a WTF moment because of the show. Numerous people are saying that Jinder Mahal's push is over. This is despite the fact that we watched him in a match with AJ Styles have more offense and dominate AJ Styles more than Brock Lesnar did in his match with AJ Styles. Now, yes, I know he did tap out and he clearly didn't watch Brock's match with AJ, otherwise he would have known to stomp AJ's head off the floor like a basketball, but Jinder got him plenty of offense. He wasn't made to look like a chump. Yes, he did tap out like a sissy, but this isn't over. We've still got a long way to go with the Jinder Mahal experiment. I have been Ross from Cultaholic.com. You have been my sexual wank pheasants. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at RossOnRaston. You can pledge to our Patreon page, patreon.com/Cultaholic. Anything you can give will be greatly appreciated and reinvested to make better and more varied contents and breaking news. We've just bought 2 new cameras, you know, with your Patreon pay. We're going places now, so keep on giving. We'll do lots of things. But most importantly of all, do not forget to join us all hour the shop. Tatty bye.